Cool. And we are live. So we are live on cool. We're live. Dope. We are live on everything. And so this is just an Ask Me Anything, guys. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to relax. I'm just going to hang out and I'm going to see what rolls into the comments. So ask comments, ask away, right? I've got comments pulled up on the screen. We're here to talk about anything. I'm just here to hang out, guys. I'll sit here. I'll do the Rubik's Cube. I'll answer questions. I'll do whatever. You see somebody from Instagram. I don't know how all this works yet. So I'm still learning. Bear with me. We're going to figure it out. We're going to become professional live streamers, of course. But ask me anything, drop a comment. If you drop a comment, let me know where you're commenting from, because they're all supposed to aggregate onto this one page, right? So I'm streaming through a streaming software. And so YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and after tonight, both YouTubes, because we got two. We got a long form YouTube and a short form YouTube. So that's the plan, Stan. But yeah, we're just hanging out. And we're going to wait. We're going to wait for comments to roll in, because I don't want to talk to myself, guys. I don't want to just hear the sound of my voice. It's not that pretty. It's not that pretty of a voice. Last night, though, so I couldn't sleep. And that's what I'll start with. I couldn't sleep at all last night. Like literally, like went to bed, which is why we're not going to bed tonight yet, because I don't want last night to like repeat. But last night, what we did was we went to bed at like 6:37 p.m. I woke up at 10 like p.m. I couldn't go back to sleep, just like wired. And so I got up and then I started live streaming at like 2 in the morning. And it was like pretty interactive. There was like some people interacting with the live stream, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that we're going down this rabbit hole, so to speak. We're going in this direction. We're going to figure out the live stream. We're going to make it work. We're here. And we're excited about it too. I like the idea of live streaming. I'm here for it. I don't really know what to do. You know, I've got my daily audits that I've been putting on YouTube. So daily audits are like morning audit, evening audit, where we kind of go through some prompts and talk about gratitude, shortcomings, all that kind of direction, challenges, whatever, problem solving. So doing that. And we've been doing that on YouTube for the past 2 weeks. And now we're going to start doing it live. So we're going to live stream it in the morning, live stream it in the evening, every day. First thing I do when I get up, last thing I do when I go to bed. And it's going to be fantastic. And what else can we do? We've been live streaming cooking, so that's cool. And then other than that, we're just going to get in a groove, start to build the base, and get really comfortable talking to the camera, right? And so that's where we're at. And right now, we just need somebody to comment and start that conversation. And so if that's you, my guys, do it. Start that conversation. But if not, I just sit here. I just hang out until somebody joins me in the comments. Am I right or am I right? But we'll get there eventually. Like it's, you know, it's oh, not what I wanted to do. No. My keyboard, guys. This computer. The computer's so messed up. But we're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna get through it. We are going to get through it. So drop a comment where you're coming in from and ask me a question. It's Ask Me Anything. It's always Ask Me Anything. We will always answer like most questions. We might not answer every question, but we'll answer most of them for sure. And we've got the Rubik's Cube to keep us company, right? So that'll be cool. We can always do that. We can go over how to do it. I can just talk about how to do the Rubik's Cube. So I think life is a lot like a Rubik's Cube. Life is like a box of chocolates, right? But let's do the Rubik's Cube. But what I was going to do first, because I want to do something. Not what I want to do. It's very complicated, guys. The computer situation here is super, super janky. Okay, cool. Nice. Cool. So I think we've solved that problem for now. Definitely not a long-term solution. Not loving it. I'm not loving it. But you gotta work with what you gotta work with, right? So let's see. Nope. It's not working. It is not working. But thanks for joining. Drop a comment. It's an Ask Me Anything. We can talk about a Rubik's Cube. We can talk about the weight loss journey. We can talk about anything. We can talk about my past, my future, all of it. Drop a comment, ask a question, or just say hi. Just be like, hey, I'm dropping in from so-and-so. Right now, I'm trying to figure out my keyboard situation. It's not working very well. So that's a thing. Let's see. See, it's not working, guys. Keyboard is not working. And how am I supposed to move forward without a keyboard? How am I supposed to do anything without a keyboard? So, issue I've got ahead of me is I've got this iMac in front of me. It's the big, like 27-inch, and it does not work well with multiple screens. And sometimes it'll crash just randomly. Not super often, but when it does, it's super inconvenient. So I was like, you know what? I've got 100 other computers in here. Why don't we just set up this one single, and then I'll set up the Mac Mini on the studio display. Well, it's like kind of inconvenient, kind of not. So that's kind of what we're working with. But right now, I can't get the keyboard to work, which is super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. So it accidentally connected back to the iMac, and oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Where are you commenting from? Are you on Instagram? You're on YouTube? Cool. Very cool. I appreciate that. Compliments feel nice, right? Like it feels good to feel good, but then it also feels good when other people recognize the hard work, right? Like a lot of people, I post a lot on Instagram of like these shameless selfies and in the mirror and like posing and stuff like that. And like obviously, like I'm not a bodybuilder, I don't pose, but I feel like I've earned it. And I'm sure people judge me. I am sure there are people out there that are absolutely like, oh my God, this douchebag, like what the hell is he doing? What a self-centered, like vain human being. And I don't see it that way at all. If anything, I want to inspire other people to like make the journey. Doing this in 12 months has been really cool. I honestly had given up hope at one point that this would never, ever happen, that I would never get to this point. I've never looked this good ever. And we're certainly not done with the journey, but I've never, ever looked like this in my entire life. Even when I was at my fittest, even like probably fitter than now, but certainly not as aesthetic as now. And definitely not as sustainable as now. Definitely not. I mean, guys, come on. We ate 3,000 calories exactly today, and we're like locked in, maintaining weight, feeling good, getting stronger. Like it is just the journey. And it's taken a lot of like mental maturity to get there, but we've gotten there, right? And it feels really good. So I appreciate the compliment. It feels nice. I'm excited. And guys, I got to get this keyboard working again. Like the keyboard is killing me all. The keyboard, I don't know why it won't connect. Like it connects and then it's like, oh, I'm not connected. And then it connects. Like, you can't see it, but I go to Bluetooth settings, click on it. It says, cool guys, like, awesome. And then it doesn't work. And so I'm like, not entirely sure what's going on. I'm like a little disappointed. I don't know why the keyboard is not working. So, yeah, that's super unfortunate. But let's see if we can find a workaround. Am I right? We'll figure it out. We'll get there. Dude's jacked. I don't know if I'm jacked yet, but we're going to get jacked. We're going to get absolutely jacked. Did you just take the bulk too far on the left? Serious question. No, I did not. I was miserable. I was like, I had given up hope, like completely given up hope. I quit working out. I quit trying. I was drinking every day. I hated my life. I hated my job. I hated my marriage. Like, everything about my life was just an absolute disaster. And it blew up. It completely blew up. We lost everything. So, lost the home, lost the money. My wife left. I lost custody of my children, everything. And then we decided not to give up, because you really have like two options: totally give up or don't give up. And I didn't really know what the path forward was, but I decided, hey, I don't really want to give up. That doesn't seem like the path I want to take right now. And so I didn't. And luckily I had a mentor who it was that sort of like tough love sort of thing. Like, he guided me through the like the emotional journey, so to speak, but it was very tough love. Only reason I say this is you look like you did have some muscle definition, even though you were big. So it was one of those things where I always enjoyed working out, but I tried and tried and tried and tried to lose the weight. And sometimes when I go through the the photos on my phone, I'll see the scale and it goes up and up and up and up and up. And I've got all these videos of me working out. And so obviously, like, the fact that I'm like taking pictures in the mirror, recording the weight on the scale and working out, I'm obviously trying to lose weight. And like, week after week, it just keeps going up, like 220, 222, 226, 230. And it's like, oh man. But yeah, we figured it out, man. Like, and I think it's like a long-term thing, and it is wild. It's so wild to think about. It's even wild to look back. Like, I look back at pictures from like November even, and it's crazy to just look at the progress from November to today. So I lost about 75 pounds from March of 2025 to December of 2025. And then we've lost the rest of the weight, so about 10 more pounds. And we've really settled in. We've rebounded about like 5-ish pounds from the lowest. The lowest to date was 173. That was super lean, super depleted. And then that was about 2 weeks ago, and we've rebounded up to about like 179, 181. We fluctuated through there. We rebounded originally to like 176. We changed macros, kept calories the same, so we increased carbs. Obviously, we retained some water. And so that's where we rebounded about another 4 pounds. We've settled in there. But yeah, I'm super glad that I'm doing better too. And every day is way more fun, way better. And it's just like, here we are, right? Here we are. So trying to get it out there to the world, because I want to help everybody that I can to achieve the same results or transformation as me. It was so much more than a physical transformation. I am 5'10" and a half. So yep, this morning I weighed 180 and some change. I'd have to check, and 5'10" and a half. But yeah, like I said, I had completely given up hope. I mean, just absolutely, like, I was never going to like totally give up, but I had given up. I mean, like I said, just like drinking every day, hated my life. Like, it was just so bad, man. And I don't know. I want to help people that feel that way, because I really didn't see a path out. And it just was like divine timing, divine intervention, got lucky, that sort of thing. So super happy with it. How tall are you? And then what are you like? You work out? What do you do for workouts and stuff like that? So you're 180 right now. And then what are you doing for like training and stuff like that? And then I wonder how the audio is too. I'm curious. Woof, I haven't listened to it with this setup yet with the dishwasher running. So I can hear the dishwasher and it's super annoying. Hopefully you guys can't hear the dishwasher because if so, it's also going to be super annoying. But we live and we learn, right? We adapt. So we will get through it. We will get through it. I still haven't figured out my keyboard problem. And so I'm going to see if I can connect it to this computer. I've got two computers on in front of me and they're Macs. And so I can like go between the two with the whatever function that is, but it's like not working super well. So I am going to see what I can do about that. Cool. Okay, so I got the keyboard working on this new computer. Now we just need to get the mouse working on this new computer. And if I disconnect the mouse from this one, don't know. It seems risky. It seems super risky, so probably not going to do it. I'm only 5'6", audio is fine. I do heavy lifting, but more of a bodybuilding approach. I'm muscular, but I have a small gut, nothing too crazy. I've got a small gut too. I have super distended abs. But I've got the power pooch and we'll get rid of it eventually, but I'll always have the loose skin. So like skin's obviously like pretty loose, kind of gross. And then got power pooch down here. We've still got like a decent amount of fat down here, but the skin is also super loose down here. And so while it's not like ridiculous, it's definitely like loosey goosey. Definitely a loosey goosey. I've got to get better at multitasking on these live streams because it's boring when I like pop over to a different tab. So we'll figure it all out. It's only we've live streamed for less than 24 hours, so we'll get better at it for sure. Okay, cool, man. What what's like the long-term goal? Are you just like wanting to get jacked, like just like absolutely massive? I want to get apps like I don't know. I don't know. I want to get absolutely massive, but like I really like where I'm at in terms of just like leanness. And I don't really want to get much, if at all, bigger. Definitely for the time being, we're kind of doing a maintenance thing for probably the next like 4 weeks. And game plan would be like maintain this body weight exactly as is. And then reassess, see where we want to go and kind of see how things are heading. I feel like I look so fat in shirts, especially with the distended like abs. So my abs are super distended and I look ridiculous in shirts. Like obviously I'm not very big. I'm 180 pounds, but in t-shirts, I look like my belly just pokes out. And when I stand up and walk around, if I've eaten food, like it pokes out. And I remember when I was a kid, I went to this gym and everybody there was freaking jacked. And all these guys were obviously like juiced to the gills. And so they all had just super distended guts. And I was like, these guys doing pull ups and like, I was like, they're fat, but they have abs. Like it was just, like, I don't know. I was like 15 years old. So, oh, I like my abs. I like how big they are. However, we got to continue to work on the little power pooch a little bit. And then, yeah, we got to lean out a little bit. I'd like to lean out, but maintain this weight. But also, like, people talk about it like victim weight. I'm fine with victim weight, man. Like, I just want to look good. I don't really care about like what the scale says. And I want to perform well. So, like, as long as I can squat heavy, bench heavy, like do gymnastics, run, all that. Yeah, mine are definitely not like I think it's called like Palumbo gut, like Dave Palumbo. Like he had the massive gut, right? And yeah, mine's definitely not like super massive, but it definitely I get a food baby like very, very easily for sure. So the difference between morning Brannon and evening Brannon is very, very, like very different. Also recently, the past yeah, for sure. Dude, it's crazy. But you know, it is what it is. Like you genetics combined with life choices. You just kind of roll with it, you know? Just gotta kind of roll with it. But what you said the bodybuilding approach. What does that look like? What are you do you do like a stereotypical bro split, or how do you periodize your training and stuff like that? I've definitely got to get better at multitasking, guys. It's so bad. It's so bad. But I'm posting in my school group. So I run a school community and I'm posting in it that I'm live streaming. So if anybody from over there wants to come join the live stream, right? That's the game plan. Something like that. What is going on? This is crazy. I don't know what's going on. Computer. Computer is tough. We gotta we gotta figure this out. Okay. Cool. What is going on, guys? I don't know. I don't know. The mouse is frustrating me, and the keyboard is frustrating me. And I'm going to figure it out without hopping off this live stream. But definitely frustrating me, guys. Definitely frustrating me. Cool. That's good. Not good. I don't know what's going on, guys. Don't know what's going on. Okay. We're going to risk it. We're going to risk it. Oof. We disconnected. We're in La La Land now. We are in La La Land now. This is not good. Not good news. So, I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. I told you I got 100 computers. So, I can't even see you guys because my mouse is dead on arrival right now. So, bear with me. We'll figure it out. It's all part of the learning experience, right? All part of the learning. Ah, there we go. Hey, we're rocking and rolling. That is a-okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to forget this device. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to connect to this device. Bluetooth settings. We're going to cut this mouse off. Then we're going to cut it back on. There we go. We're going to connect to this mouse. Boom. Yeah, cool. And then I think we got it. I think we got it. Oh, we did. We did get it. Oh, yeah. Cool. Cool, guys. We figured it out. Okay. Well, let's see where we're at. Let's see if we lost anybody along the way. Maybe. Okay. So kind of. It was rotating. 3 on 1 off. Okay, cool. But now it's legs twice a week, split hammies and quads, back day one, chest day one, etc. Okay, cool. Have you done that for a while? Like what kind of led you down that path? Just kind of what you've done. And then how old are you? So we know your height, we know your weight. What's your age? And then what's your training age too? How long have you been training? We lost everybody. They're all gone. They're all gone. That's okay though. We're just hanging out. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna do the Rubik's Cube when nobody is participating. We can somebody when they were a kid, their mom used to tell the story of how she used to hold her own hand because she was a big girl when she would like walk in the grocery store parking lot as a kid. And so I don't need anybody in my chat. I do really want people in my chat. I want to get better at talking to the camera, talking to the screen, answering questions. It's a skill. We all got to develop the skill. And so we just need reps on reps on reps, right? That's the game plan. But Rubik's Cube. So I'll talk through how to do the Rubik's Cube. So Rubik's Cube, I always pick white. Basically, you can pick any color, it doesn't really matter. We're going to simple solve like the first 5 steps, and then we're going to speed solve the last step. And so we've got this hybrid solve that's like a little bit quicker than like a simple solve. A simple solve would be like ballpark 2 minutes on average. I'm like ballpark 60 seconds on average. Not very fast. Certainly not the fastest I've ever seen, but we rock and roll. So we're going to make the plus on the white. That is step 1. And then I got to get better at multitasking, guys. Better at multitasking. But we're here, right? So anybody that pops in, comment, leave a question, ask a question. Keep me away from this Rubik's Cube. It's way more fun to talk to you guys than it is to sit here and do the Rubik's Cube on a live stream. It feels a little silly and a little ridiculous to do it on a live stream. But we're just here. We're fishing for folks. Come on in, ask a question, drop a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. I'm in Southwest Florida, so kind of like the best place on earth, but you know. This computer is doing crazy things, guys. Crazy things. Okay, so we've got the plus. You can see plus, and now we're going to do the 4 corners. That's how we're rocking and rolling, right? That is how we are rocking and rolling. So, woof. Get distracted doing this super out of order, y'all. Doing this super out of order. So I was talking last night about like where I learned to do a Rubik's Cube, and I learned at the therapeutic boarding school that I went to when I was 15. It was a blast. If you've ever seen the documentary on Netflix, I can never remember it. I watched like half of it, but what is it? It's ridiculous. It is. The mouse is also being ridiculous. So let's see what we're working with. Netflix doc on therapeutic boarding school. It's called The Program: Cons, Cults, and Kidnappings. That's the type of therapeutic boarding school that I did go to. And that is where I learned how to do the Rubik's Cube, guys. And it's a journey, right? It's fun, it's exciting. And we rock and roll with it. Ain't that right? Ooh, we almost made a mistake. We did it. We checked our phone. I don't even know if that's good etiquette. Is that good etiquette for live streaming? I don't know. But what should we talk about? We should talk about something fun. Or I've got a good idea, guys. I don't know if y'all are going to like it, but I'm going to like it. Oof. I didn't even need to get up. I didn't even need to get up, y'all. But we might have to move the mic. So bear with me for a second. Bear with me. Cool. Look what we got. Look what we got. We got playing cards. We should mess with some playing cards. That's for sure. But hey, drop a comment. Let me know where you're coming from and why you popped in. Like, let's make this way more fun, right? Hi, dog. Cool. We'll break out the red ones today. Oh, y'all, this is going to be super annoying. You're going to be able to hear everything in the mic, and you're not going to be able to hear me. And so you're definitely not going to be able to play with the cards too much because I don't want them to take over the mic, right? We can't do cool stuff with the cards. But, fun fact, I think it's either 6 or 8 times. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've done cool things with cards. We don't have a whole lot in our tool belt anymore in terms of sleight of hand. But if you do a perfect shuffle, either 6 times in a row or 8 times in a row, it'll take it back to the exact same order you started in, which is super dope. And you might be like, how does one do a perfect shuffle? I'll tell you. A pharaoh shuffle is so much easier to do than a regular shuffle. I can't do a regular shuffle, but I can do a pharaoh shuffle. And I would say 9 out of 10 times, you can get the cards to split perfectly, so long as you break them in half evenly, which is the hardest part of that skill. Not the hardest part to go card. The hardest part of that skill is getting 26 and 26. And so we got our 2 jokers out, and we'll see. I don't even know if that was even, but also they're brand new. And so they're a little bit I like them being oily. Cards being oily, I think, do this better. But yeah, so you can see we made one mistake, but yeah. So you can see one card in there's double stacked, the rest of them are perfect. So it's kind of cool, right? And then boom, boom, bam, super cool. But guys, we live streamed, we interacted with a few folks. It's been 33 minutes and 31 seconds. And perhaps we are at the end of our rope tonight. Perhaps. I don't know. What should we do? Should we just hang out? What is up? It's so boring in the comments, guys. I'm just on my phone and people are popping in and popping out. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? So, what should we talk about? You guys should ask questions because questions can then have a direct response. So, if you want this to be more fun, I feel like it's your responsibility, not mine. I'm kidding, for sure kidding. But you should come up with questions and ask them because it's an ask me anything, right? Literally ask me anything. Ask the ridiculous question that you've always wanted to know, even if you have no idea who I am. I'm a stranger on the internet, guys. Ask me a question. Where's the shame in that, right? No shame in your game. Ask a question. Ask me about my journey. Ask me about my life. Ask me about dog. Somebody last night asked if she was a cat. She's not a cat. She's a dog. And she's a cool dog. Her name is Nala. Nala. Hey. Sorry, yeah. Cool dog. Hi, dog. Hi, dog. And everybody left. Oh, there's dog. All right. Couch. Cool, guys. What's up? Ask a question about dog. Dog's way more interesting than I am. Way more interesting. I call her dog. Like, that's my term for her, dog. But we just hang out, me and dog, all day, every day. We're a package deal. Package deal, me and dog. It's like in sales, the first person to talk loses. I'm the only one to talk in this live stream. I need participants. But we'll get there. We will get there. We're relentless. We are absolutely relentless. No shame, no giving up. Absolutely not. Every single person that comes on in, ask them to leave a comment. Leave a comment. Tell me where you're coming in from. Tell me what you're looking for, right? Like, we're open to suggestions. Let's make this thing better together, right? Make this thing better together. I'm curious on one of these comments back here. It was early on from Ian Wallace. Did you just take the bulk too far on the left? I wonder if people really do that. I wonder if people take the bulk like that far. If they they work out and then they just dirty bulk this hard, this bad. That's pretty bad. Like, pretty bad. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But drop a comment, guys. Ask a question or tell me something. Like, just be like, hey, I don't know. Maybe perhaps we need like an agenda for these things. Perhaps. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anybody in the chat, do we need an agenda for this? Should there be an agenda for this? Probably. Probably not. Who knows? Who knows? But this double computer thing is not working out. This Mac Mini is slow as Christmas. And it's not even like an Intel Mac Mini. It's an M1 Mac Mini. Not an M2 or not an M3, but like still, it is slow as Christmas, guys. It is absolutely slow as Christmas. Maybe if we change up the picture, people will be, nope, just kidding. Not that one. Maybe if we change the picture. Whoa. Look at that. That's fancy. Fancy, guys. It's so fancy. Hey, look at that. So fancy. We're extra fancy up in here. Look at all these backdrops we've got. So fancy. But instead of being fancy, just ask me a question. I just want to talk to you guys. I just want to share my experience. So drop a comment, ask a question, let me know your thoughts, your feelings, your concerns. And then what's everybody doing for their workouts this week? Do you train on Sundays? Was Sunday a rest day? Was it a training day? Kind of how'd it go? What did you do today? I rested today. I stayed up until 6 o'clock this morning. So definitely would not have been a good day to train. I didn't train. I didn't have any training on the schedule either, but it certainly would have been a bad day to train. So game plan is to go to bed soon-ish. I'm not going to go to bed too early though, because guys, I went to bed super early last night. Like, I just felt like trash. I went to bed so early, like 6:30, 7 p.m., head on the pillow, went to sleep, no problem, as one does. And then I woke up at like 10 p.m. and did not go back to sleep until 6 de la mañana. 6 in the morning was when I went back to sleep. And then I was right back up. It was no good, y'all. It was so bad. But what we're looking forward to tomorrow is squatting. I'm excited to squat tomorrow. You know what we can do? We can make this way more fun, right? We can pull up my workouts this week, and then that'll be way more fun, right? That'll be so much more fun. How do I share? How do I screen share? Maybe I don't want to screen share. I don't know. It's vertical. That's the problem, right? Like we're doing vertical instead of horizontal because I think people hop onto it easier on YouTube. I think it's like a little better for the algorithm. But then I don't know how to. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But today's not the day. But we squat tomorrow, and so we're doing 3 sets of heavy squats tomorrow. Heavy-ish, not super heavy. We're doing set of 7, set of 5, set of 3. We're starting at 250. It's been a long time since I've squatted super heavy, so it's been a few months since I've squatted anything over 300. Tomorrow we are not starting at 250. We're starting at 255. So our top set will be 3 at 295. And so last week, the 3 at 290 was a grind. Like first 2 were okay. The last one was like we were twisting, we were seeing stars. It was hard. And based on last night's like crappy night's sleep, we will see. And of course, we'll adjust, we'll amend based on kind of how warming up goes, how the first couple sets feel, how the set of 7 feels at 255, how the set of 5 feels at 275. 275 typically like fairly comfy, and then 295 anytime. So lifetime PR on the back squat is 405, and I've only hit that once ever. It's the only time in my entire life that I've ever squatted over 405. So we know the genetic ceiling is there. Like we know the potential to squat heavy is there. But even when I was doing that, even when I had squatted that, I was nervous to squat anything over 315. Like it's just like it's in my head. As soon as we get to like 305, I'm like, ooh, this is heavy, even if we can squat way heavier than that. So hopefully we can work past and through that mental block. That's something I would like to do. I'd like to work past it. I'd like to work through it. There's really no reason to be nervous like squatting, but I am. Also, lean, my belt digs into like my floating ribs, and it doesn't really mess with my ability to squat other than like it's there. It's like when somebody's poking you and it's like, I'm not poking you, and they're not, but they're like this close to you. And it's like, come on, guy, like, come on, don't poke me. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel with the belt, like hitting my floating rib. So it's the big like metal belt buckle of the big, like it's like a big 3-inch powerlifting belt, nice and purple, super gnarly. It's over there. I might go grab it. Might just like go plop it on for the live stream because oh, what are we gonna do? But we squat tomorrow. And then, so we do 3 heavy sets and then we do a drop set. So we do a set of 10 written at 205. Last week, our set of 10 felt so good. We did a set of 12. So we had 10 written at 195. We are feeling super froggy fresh. So we went for 12. 12 still felt really froggy fresh. But, you know, it is what it is, right? And then we've got some weighted pull ups, some weighted dips, and then some accessory work. We've got some like plank walks with the sliders. So that's going to be dope. Those are really good for the shoulders, really good for the core. I kind of love that stuff. And then we will also be doing so forward, backwards. We'll be doing some like standing cable face pulls where we're like, "Rah!" And then we'll also be doing some like plank object pull throughs with a 60-pound dumbbell where we're in like full plank position, pulling all the way through. But hey, guys, drop a comment. I see that you joined in. Stick around for a while. Ask me a question. Ask me anything, right? Literally ask me anything. Nothing is off limits. Not to ask. Like, I ain't going to ban you. I ain't going to kick you out for asking a question. But I may not answer. But if it's a really good question, I for sure will. I will always answer really good questions. Cool, guys. I got to figure out a better solution for the computer thing. The computer problem is a problem. The iMac doesn't work well with multiple screens, but it's not great with like one screen. It works fine, like it functions, but I really like two screens. And then this Mac Mini is like just ridiculously slow, like ridiculously slow, like very laggy, super laggy, but it is what it is. We are just hanging out. We literally just started live streaming last night. This is only our fourth live stream. We're just vibing out. We're getting used to it, getting used to talking to the camera. We got to talk like there's 1,000 people here, right? Like that's the vibe. That is the vibe. We just have to sit here and talk to the audience, the audience. But those of you in the actual audience, all two of you, ask a question, engage, make this more fun. I want to make it fun. I want my personality to get out there. I want y'all to get to know me. I want y'all to get to know everything about my philosophy, my life. I want to vibe with you guys, but you got to ask questions. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just get up here and like trauma dump, just like vomit my entire history on you? Bleh. Like, no, come on. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. But yeah, like engage, y'all. Engage. I wonder what the people I know are thinking. Oh, for sure. For sure. You can vomit your entire history on me. That is a question, and I appreciate it. And you doubled down in the comments 2 in a row. I like it. You know what we can do? We can reward the behavior, right? Behavior modification. I ask you to do something, you do it, we reward the behavior. It's how we got dog to know all these cool things, right? Coolest dog in the world. So, can I vomit my entire history on you? Of course. You can vomit it in the comments. Ooh? Ooh to what? That was a question. Ooh to something I said. Ooh to the vomit. Ooh to the behavior modification with dog. What are we oohing? You don't like to be rewarded. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. I'm open to behavior modification. I want to make this more fun for anybody that pops in. So, what is that? If I can't read it, I'm going to have to pull it up on the screen. So, it's just the way it is. It's super tiny. I've got like a million things on my computer because we've got a whole computer debacle and it's super annoying. But so I've got like so many tabs open on this one screen. I've got a second screen right here, but it's this whole thing. It's just like not working out. So, you know. Fair, very fair. But it's fun. And don't apologize. Definitely don't apologize. But that's the thing. Yeah, for sure you got to have fun, right? Like it's all about fun. And I'm super here for all of it, like every aspect of it. The people that are like super angry or very mean. I like poking fun back at them, like poking the bear. Like, come on, how mean can you really get? Engagement's engagement. So again, I'm here for it. Like all attention is good attention, but it's the internet. If you put yourself out on the internet and don't expect somebody to like smack you, like what are you doing? I'm good with trolling. There are definitely some people though that I've had be exceptionally mean, and I'm like, good lord, like what are you doing with life? Why do you feel the need to go just like smack somebody around on the internet? Because not everybody is in the same position as I, where I'm just like, cool, man, it's the internet. People are jerks, people are not jerks, and there's everything in between. And so, like, I'm just going to let these people fall where they may. I'm super confident in myself. Like, your comment on the internet is not going to like inherently increase or decrease my self perception of my value. But some people do. Some people it definitely does. That dopamine hit of the ding, 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 ding. And then like the really mean comments or the really whatever, right? I always think a troll is more like Beavis and Butthead. So, know the reference. Definitely never watched it though. Curious question. How old do you think I am? Yeah. Because people have guessed like very wrong. Very, very wrong. So, it's an interesting question. So, because I'm so new at this, and because we haven't built up the audience yet, obviously, I live streamed for the first time last night at 2 in the morning. Couldn't sleep, so we did it. 22. You think I'm 22 or you're 22? I'm curious. Very curious. But yeah, it's like we did one last night at 2 a.m., one this morning. How close was my guess? Pretty far off. You're almost 10 years off. I'm 31. So 31. I'm an old man. What can I say? What about it would look 22? Like, is it like I'm T Swift, like feeling 22? I don't want to sing. That is something I'm not going to do because I can't sing, guys. Definitely can't sing. Not a singer. I played the saxophone growing up. I played the horn growing up, but I am not a singer. Definitely not. It's like the way you speak. You know what? I'm good with that. Yeah. Is it the word choice? Because I would doubt it. I doubt it's the word choice. Is it the intonation? Is it the energy? Is it what specifically is it? But you're not the first person to say that. And then follow-up question, is 31 also young? So you said figured you were young. Is 31 in that bracket of young? And as far as reference goes, how old are you? Dog just turned 5 last week. So 8 days ago was her birthday. Yeah, 8 days ago, 9 days ago. February 28th, she turned 5. I've had her, I got Dog when she was like almost 3. So she got delivered to me in December when she was 2, and she turned 3 in February. So I've had her just over 2 years. Me and Dog, man. Me and Dog. Molly here. This is Dog. Hey, Dog. Come. Is that you, bro? In the picture, it's definitely me. Without a doubt, it's me. So that was at my heaviest, I was 257 pounds, and that was in March of 2025. And so ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Old enough to be my mom. Fair. Fair. That is fair. But yeah, definitely me. So yeah, it's pretty cool, honestly. Like I'm gonna be pretty proud of that, the transformation. Okay, fair. I feel like I'm gonna try and describe it. So I don't necessarily think that it is like performative for the sake of being performative, but I do think that it is how I talk to people in terms of when I'm talking to an audience. Um, and so I'm new to talking to like one to many. So like one to many is brand new to me. We've never done this prior to 24 hours ago, right? 2 a.m. this morning was the first live stream ever. But this is how I talk in terms of like in talking to like a group of employees or like teaching people how to do something or whatever the case may be. Oh no, dude. Like no judgment. Like even if it was a judgment, like that's on you. That's on other people. Like we don't um yeah. Yeah. We're just vibing out. We are just vibing out. I appreciate it. I appreciate the compliment. Something that I have always tried to do. Well, that's a lie. I have not always tried to do this, but something that I've tried to do recently is accepting compliments for what they are. I think accepting compliments without reciprocating them all the time is important, because the person that gives the compliment should feel validated in having given a compliment, right? And it shouldn't just be like, oh, thanks, you look good too, because then did I really mean it? Um, I have an easygoing manner. That is so new. That's not who I was at all. Somebody responded to an Instagram story and was like, "Do you have a temper?" And I was like, "Not anymore. Not anymore. I am so different. Like my life exploded. My life blew up. It's so different than it was, but completely blew up. And that is where the new me emerged, the new personality. The old me would have never, ever, ever put themselves out on the internet. The old me would have never sat here for minutes at a time and just talked to myself. The old me would have never, like, the old me would also just be angry in traffic. The old me would be grumpy when somebody tries to pet my dog. Like, whatever, man. Like, this dog off leash the other day in the stairwell of the apartment. This guy, I knew it was going to happen. I see him. He goes up and down the stairs. Did I come out? I am definitely not gay, homie. Definitely not gay. But the voice sounds it. I have a high pitched voice. I'm okay with that. I'm super comfortable with that. But I definitely not my cup of tea at all. What makes you think that? What made you ask that question? Is it the voice? Is it the hair? Is it the tone, the enunciation, the intonation? I Okay, so now I'm lost. I do not know what you mean. No, in regards to your rebirth, I don't know what that means. What is a rebirth? Are you asking if I came out the other side? So, I mean, yeah, most people don't give a fuck. But like I was like, what are you asking? Um, no, dude. Okay. So are you asking if I like came out the other side? So like all August of 2024, things started to unravel. Then September, yeah, totally different person. So in August 2024, my life started to kind of unravel. Like it was chaos, disaster, but like not total spiral yet. And then in September, I got fired. And then things started to like unravel more and more and more. And then what else? In the next like 4 to 5 months, lost everything. So like no money in the bank account. We had sold our house. We had spent that money. We couldn't afford the rental house that we were in. We had moved. Like it was rough. And then lost custody of my kids. Wife left. I was like living in hotels, motels, and my car. Like it was not good at all. And so it really like forced me into this position of, do I give up or do I not give up? And I wasn't ready to give up. Like that's always an option, right? But I was like, I'm not ready to give up. I don't want to give up. And so divine timing, divine intervention. I had like one of my friends, mentors, the person that actually trained the dog, he really helped me learn how to like regulate my internal state of being, that we can control our internal environment. We can really regulate like our emotions, have emotional resilience, and push through and execute on A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way through Z to continue to move towards our goals, even when it's the worst of the worst, right? And so I'm super, super, super grateful for that. Super grateful for him and yeah, that whole experience. But yeah. What? What part of what? The bomb I dropped, I lost everything from being like living like, I mean, we weren't in like anything fancy, but we had a house, like wife, kids, everything. And then within so October, November, December, January, February, March. So within 6 months, I went from like having a home and a family to like sleeping in my car sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, we're here. We're not in a car anymore. And so that piece, the humility of that, it was so different. It was a different experience, something that I had never imagined for myself, something that I had never certainly done. And so things like that was a crazy, crazy, crazy experience that was not it wasn't my favorite thing in the world, like for sure. I remember I think it was like the third or fourth night in a row that I slept in the car and I was like, I hated it. Um, it was rough for sure. It's a good outlook. What specifically is a good outlook? Um, the humility piece. I think that's the only reason that I was able to evolve to where I am today. Like I was I'm not going to say that I'm like the dictionary definition of humility, but I certainly was a jerk back in the past. And so life forcing it, right? Like life really just there was no other option. It is so bad. You're either going to learn humility or you are going to give up. Those were kind of the two options. And so um it took me a long time to learn the lesson. A very long time to learn the lesson, but we got it done. And I'm grateful, very grateful for it. Hey, that's a-okay too. Sloppy thumbs, that is totally fine. I sometimes the tongue literally gets tripped up and I'll just be like "Bleh," like just word vomit again. And so sloppy everything is totally okay. Hey, if that's your vibe or you keep asking questions because I can't just like talk forever unless I have a direction to go in. And the other thing, we've gotten better at it. I mean, again, this is only live stream number 4, but staying on topic when somebody asks a question and then not getting distracted at the next comment. And so I'm not entirely sure what my vibe is going to be on these live streams. I'm not entirely sure if like I'm telling a story and then somebody leaves a comment and then I acknowledge it and continue on the story, or if I just learn to ignore the comments up until I finish the story and then I go back to the comments. I'm not really sure what my vibe's going to be, but we're going to figure it out because we're going to get reps on reps on reps on reps on reps of doing this thing. And so we're going to get better at talking. We're going to get better at like paying attention. We're going to get better at navigating the comments. Don't answer. Maybe we got to see. We got to test the waters, right? We got to get like what I was talking about reps. We've got to get the reps of practicing it both ways. That way we can make a decision on like what fits the vibe better, what fits the personality better, and then also what fits the experience better, right? It's important that the experience with the user be exciting and that it be fun, like from both ways. So, but anybody else ask a question or you can continue to ask questions, right? Every question is fair game. We don't get offended by questions. We just don't have to answer them, right? It is totally fair. But I got to get a more comfy chair because this chair is not it. I've been sitting in this chair so much the past 2 weeks. It is not it. I need like a standing desk. So I need a riser because this desk like is not a standing desk. And so, man, oh man. But I am really excited to go to bed tonight. I'm super excited because, like I said, I didn't sleep at all last night. Some questions are stupid, for sure. I totally agree. And I don't think that I said they weren't stupid. I think that I said specifically that like any question is fair game. So you can ask any question. I'm just not necessarily going to answer any question. I will answer most questions, but there are certainly questions that I'm not going to answer. That's for sure. But um yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my vibe. Like but I don't think anybody, regardless of like in all seriousness, regardless of how dumb the question might be, I don't think anybody should ever feel dumb for asking a question, especially if it's like if it's coming from a point of like curiosity, right? If they're genuinely curious about the answer, if they don't know the answer to the question, regardless of like how simple it might seem, people need to be able to ask questions, right? Because not asking questions, you don't learn, right? So that, like, what's your hair care routine? That's a stupid question. I don't think that's a stupid question. I don't know if people would suspect I have a hair care routine, but it's not much of a routine. I wash it. Well, I don't wash it. I condition it. I don't wash it. I rinse it. Yeah, we rinse. We don't wash. We've got shampoo that we may use like once or twice a year if we want like a really frizzy curl. Like if we want a specific curl, but just the regular curl, we just rinse, condition, and that's kind of it. We are out of the Topo Chico. I call these spicy waters, and like my daughters think it's so cool. They're like, "Oh, we don't like spicy water," and I love these things. I like the regular ones too, but the twist of grapefruit and the twist of lime are also very, very delicious. It's a troll question to see how narcissistic the streamer is. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how narcissistic was I? I got inadvertently snagged. I'm not worried about getting snagged. I'm not worried about passing a test. Plus, what else am I going to talk about? Right now, you're the only person that's left a comment for like the last 30 comments. Since 8:32 p.m. for the last 13 minutes, you're the only person that's left a comment. And for the entire 1 hour and 7 minutes, you are one of 4 people that has left a comment. So I appreciate it. How sad is that? It is sad, but we are going to track the data and we're going to get better. We're going to get better and better. And I actually have a second YouTube channel. And starting tomorrow, we'll be able to live stream to it because we can't live stream to it right now. And so this channel, I've got like 793 subscribers. That one, it's like super brand new. I got like 24 subscribers, but all the long forms over there, all the short forms over here, we're going to live stream to both simultaneously. And just us two. Yeah, it has been fun, but I'm about to wrap it up because I'm actually going to live stream again in like 20, 30 minutes. I've been giggling like crazy. Well, that's good. That's good for you. I wish I was giggling like crazy. I feel like I've been enjoying it though. Like I've got the smile on my face. I've got the energy like in my spirit. So we're having a good time. Here's one thing though. I'll share this. This is the first live stream of the day that I live streamed to Instagram. And because people know me on Instagram, nobody knows me on YouTube. Nobody knows me on my Facebook page, but people know me on Instagram. And so I'm like a little nervous. Not that anybody's going to watch, and certainly not going to watch for an hour and 9 minutes. But I'm like, what are these people thinking about me? But who cares? Who cares? We run our own race. I'll hold my own hand. I don't think you were here for that part of the journey, but I will hold my own hand in the parking lot and not have to hold mom's hand. And so, yeah. But anybody else, leave some comments, guys. Ask questions. It's supposed to be interactive. It is a live stream. Be present. I'm present. Why don't you be present? I might not be your vibe, but I might be your vibe. And you don't know because you didn't engage. You didn't ask a question. So ask a question, drop a comment. Let me know where you're from. You don't have to let me know exactly where you're from. I don't want your address, but like, hey, I'm from Southwest Florida. Where are you from? That sort of thing. But it's been fun. It's been fun. And we're vibing. We're figuring it out. We are gonna figure it out. Also, I don't know if you were here for the fancy. We got fancy different backdrops. We're so fancy. We can go between one and the other. The picture on the right, the after picture, that was a hotel in Miami. And that day, it was 33 degrees when I got to Miami. It was miserable. It was so cold they canceled the event. So cold they canceled the event. But I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to take a picture. But it was windy and it was cold. So we were in South Beach. And then that picture on the left is at my old house. Yep. I gotta stand up. Oof. Freaking butt. I've been sitting down for too long. Jeez Louise. What's up, dog? We're just vibing, guys. We're just vibing. When you pop in, ask a question, leave a comment. Comments are the best because then I get to engage back and I don't just have to sit here and talk to myself, right? I want to talk to you guys. I want to get to know more of you. Like, I appreciate the ones of you that are in here just like having these one-on-one conversations with me. It's the best, and I'm appreciative of it. Welcome in. We're at the end. We're just vibing, right? Like, ask a question. It's chill. It's really relaxed. Like, just, but drop a comment. Let me know where you're calling in from, popping in from. You're not calling in. This is not a call in show. Maybe it should be, though. Maybe we should have a call in number. Should we have a call in number for this show? Make this a podcast with a call in number. That'd be dope. That'd be super dope. Maybe we should. Maybe that's what we should do. Howdy, howdy. Welcome in. Drop a comment. We're just out here vibing. We're just out here chilling. Come on, man. Leave a comment. Come on, man. Give it a try. That's what my daughters say. They like read this book in the Bible. Like, it's like a kid's story, right? Like, it's like a kid's Bible. And the snake is like, come on, man, give it a try. And so my youngest daughter says that a lot. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Oof. Howdy, howdy. We're just chilling at this point. We just vibing. Leave a comment. Ask a question. I'm here to like answer questions. That's what I'm here for. It literally says in the title, ask me anything. Anything at all. Wolf. But guys, ask questions. They shall be answered. They shall be answered. Should I wear my hair different for these live streams? Would it get more engagement if I picked it out and it was like a fro? We could do that. We could for sure do that. It picks out nicely. It gets flat pretty quick, but you just got to keep going. You just keep picking it. It picks nice, like super nice. After running my hands through my hair, though, it looks a little ridiculous. It's like, phew. Cool.